Alright guys, so tonight I'm making a quick video and I'm going to try to make this part of the video pretty quick. Um, but I want to talk real quickly about uh, the Democrats making a war happen, basically, or they're basically trying to make a war happen, basically. They're going to try to make a war happen before anything happens. They gotta start a war, or they're trying to start a war before they get out of office. And the reason why they're trying to start a war before they get out of office is so basically they can make Trump's economy look really bad. They have to do something to make Trump's economy look really bad. So I recorded you a video on some car lots today. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the second part of this video and let you see that. It's pretty cool. I did pretty good. I was looking at them and everything. You'll see it when you get there, but basically I went to the Hyundai lot and I went to the Mitsubishi lot, and nah, Mitsubishi's little stiff, but it's doable. If you need something anyway. But anyway, I was wanting to talk too about how that I think they're going to, what I'm saying they're trying to do is they're trying to basically start a war somewhere around the world. Right now Israel is just blasting other Hezbollah, and it's getting really nasty, really bad, really quick. Hezbollah is not liking this at all, not laying down either. It's getting really bad over there, and I got a feeling it's going to end up dragging America into the war. And right now, Democrats are pleading with Donald Trump, and all them are pleading with Donald Trump, don't pull out whenever you get in office. Or he's wanting to pull out of Ukraine, and they're begging not to pull out. Well, here's the deal, though. I found out today that Ukraine, that the United States and France is going to allow U.S. used missiles and French missiles to penetrate deep into Russia. And when they start getting up around closer deep into Russia, and they start getting closer to Moscow and places like that, then there's going to be a big problem. They're not going to put up with that. That's something they're not going to put up with. The United States is not going to put up with it. Nobody. I mean, well, Russia's not going to put up with it. I mean, we're going to have something bigger started on our hands than what we know. We're not going to be able to get past this thing. And the question is, will Putin call the bluff and basically just do anti-missile attacks, anti-missile stuff? What will Putin do? And the thing about Putin is he's really smart, and he knows as soon as Trump gets in office that it's going to change in his better favor. And it's going to change in Mr. Putin, Vladimir's better favor. And he's a reasonable man too, and he's trying to be reasonable. He's trying to be decent, and despite the fact of what a lot of people say he's a maniac, so on and so forth, he actually did not even want the war to begin with. He said all he wanted them to do was not allow Ukraine to become NATO, and the whole thing would have never have started to begin with. So Putin's actually a very reasonable man, and he's tried to talk to the people, and he said let's not escalate this into nuclear war, and if we start funding deep missiles to go into Ukraine and then into the middle of Russia, well then there's going to be a big problem, because Putin's not going to put up with that. He's going to go down. I mean, he's going to get tired of it, and it's going to go down. The United States as a whole is falling apart. Right now it's falling apart, but I see hope at the end of the tunnel. I mean, I've seen that California, thank God, is going to do away with the $1,000. You can steal anything that's under $1,000, and that's going to be perfectly okay if you steal something that's under $1,000. Well, now California's doing away with that. New York, on the other hand, is not doing away with that. New York is doing away with New York They're still leaving it going on for a while, and I don't know when that will change. But California just got a new Republican lawmaker guy. Somehow or another, he's hooked in with the law. He's like a lawmaker guy. That's a good thing. So I'm seeing a lot of turnaround for California, thank God. And we hope our buddies the best in California, and hopefully they can turn that place around. At one point, California was a really decent place. It was a decent state, a nice state. I mean, that's one of the reasons why they got some of the richest people in the world, and the richest people, and they richest people in the world, and people in Hollywood and stuff like that want to live there because at one point it was a great state. It was a beautiful state, but like that guy Fabio, even he said over the past 15, 20 years, it's gotten to be the point where it's just plumb ridiculous, and it has. So now we're getting this problem to where it's like where it's like falling apart. Taxation is 16%. And eventually this stuff's going to have to end. Eventually there's something going to have to give here about this whole thing. The United States has been falling apart for quite a while, and it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a while for this whole thing to recover. But the biggest problem is it's not going to recover. 100%. I mean, I think it might get a little better under Trump for a while. But then I don't think that Trump's going to have anything that I can see or know of in his bag at the immediate time to be able to fix everything. Now, what he does in office might repair and return things around if they keep it on the plan he's in. But I don't see how that he can fix it all within 4 years. I mean, he will be turn the country around, turn the money around, and he'll get everything straight back out, but he can only do so much within a 4-year period of time, and that's going to be the biggest problem. What can get done in a 4-year period of time? And it's not going to be enough to fix the country. Another thing too is the people don't have the job. A lot of companies have laid off, shut down a lot of things. I just seen a thing today saying that Nissan's going to have to lay off 9,000 employees, and this is really has something to do with the economy and the price, the fact that our cars are $20,000 for more of a base car, but really it has to do with quality too. Excuse me. They don't have the quality to hold up. They're not holding up, very good as far as quality goes. I mean, they might be doing pretty good for a little bit, but they're not doing great as far as quality goes. So over a period of time, when you buy a new car from Nissan, the CVT transmissions will go out. I mean, you might get 100,000 miles without a problem. You might get 80, 100,000 miles. And that'll be good for about that long, and then finally that transmission's going to start to give problems, and they're junk. They just are. I hate to say it, but they are, and they've not done nothing to fix this problem. And they've had other issues go on, and Nissan does nothing to correct the quality issues they have. At one point when I was younger, I've owned 3 Nissans, but I've actually had 4 Nissans actually. But the 2007 Altima I had was junk. Yeah, it was total junk, trash. That Nissan, 2007 Nissan Altima. But now I had a 1990 model Nissan Sentra. It was a very good car. That Nissan Sentra was a very good car. It was a little blue Nissan Sentra. Had something called Whiptastic steering. Boy, that was a good little car. Then I had a 87 Nissan pickup, and I had a 97 Nissan pickup. And all 3 of those cars were really good cars. They were all 3 really good. That 97, man, and even that 87, the 87. I remember when I was pretty young at that time, but I had cracked the block in that thing, and I actually literally drove an hour one way and an hour back with a cracked block. And so yeah, they were tough back in the days, boy. You couldn't blow up a Nissan. They were tough. But nowadays, since they got bought out, and since I think they say Renault owns them, I could be wrong, but there's somebody, whoever owns Nissan, is just not doing nothing to improve the quality standard of their vehicle. They know there's quality standards. They know there's issues. They know there's stuff going on, but they're not doing nothing. And they have to lay off 9,000 employees now. And a lot of people have been going and buying them because they're cheap. They're just like cheaper vehicles. But after you watch the video today and you compare a basic price of a Nissan car at being $20,000, Mel, cut that out. Mel. And if you compare the base price of a $20,000 vehicle to a $25,000 vehicle, and I even show you a $20,000 Mitsubishi in this video. You know, Nissan has been just not where it's at. They're just not where it's at. Mel, cut it out. He's been wild tonight. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, the Nissan. Crap. Yeah, the Nissan's not been where it's at. My dog wants to be a problem. Yeah, but the truth is, everything's falling apart, and especially the car market. And I think you're going to start really seeing the car market go down. I just seen a thing today too, saying that Trump is attacking Harley Davidson because Harley Davidson is trying to pull out of the country and start shipping productions of stuff overseas. And it was at one point, I don't know if you remember it or not, but at one point the motorcycles were underselling, and they were cheaper to buy the motorcycles from other manufacturers than it was from a Harley Davidson. And Harley Davidson, because of this and that and everything else, Ronald Reagan had made it so that you had to make all motorcycles in the United States, and they were not allowed to ship them in. Well, then some things had changed a little bit later on, and it's kind of changed a little bit, but basically they were underselling really bad, underselling Harley. Well, Harley has been getting more greedy, and some of the more basic price Harleys are really expensive. And if you take, you can still buy a Honda, you can still buy a Suzuki, you can still buy a Honda, Suzuki, Yamaha. And the truth of the matter is, really, Yamaha and Honda are going to actually be better bikes. They're actually better motorcycles. Anybody's a true Harley Davidson person now, by God, there ain't nothing but a Harley. But even they know what I'm talking about. That Yamaha is a better quality bike. Now Suzuki, on the other hand, but they used to make something called Buell. I don't know if they still make them. But I've even heard that BMW makes a better motorcycle than a Harley. But I know for a fact that Honda and Yamaha do make better bikes than a Harley, and they're American made. So we can't say nothing about that. I mean, American made. So if I'm going to pick one if I got to buy American made product anyway, well, why not just buy the best? Why would I want to buy something else just because I'm trying to impress somebody at a stoplight I don't even like? I'm going to buy what I want, what I like, and I want something to be reliable. I've only got two wheels, and I just want something to point A to point B. So I'd probably, to tell you the truth, I'd probably buy a Honda, to be honest with you. I'd probably just go buy like the Honda Renegade 550, probably. That'd be just a point A to point B bike for me, or even the 350, just something from point A to point B, you know. Because I wouldn't drive crazy. I wouldn't care nothing about speed. I wouldn't care about this. I wouldn't care about that. I just want something that's going to cost me, something less than $5,000 to get me back and forth to work, and something reliable. So I just go buy something cheap and just reliable, or even the Honda Navi. That's a $3,000 bike, and I can't really take it on the interstate. It's only a 55 mile an hour bike, 55 miles per hour bike, 60 max. But I'd take the little Navi and I'd have a good time with it. It's basically nothing more than a scooter, but it's got a 150 motor in it. And I'd take that little some gun and I'd go out and just have me a good time with it. And I'd just drive back and forth to work. I mean, hey, just something to go back and forth to work in that I can have a good time in, right? And That's what I would do. So basically, Trump's starting to hit them too, and he's starting to really hit them hard too. So, I mean, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I guess it depends. I mean, really, when we look at how much Harley Davidson's cost compared to other motorcycles, yeah, and on top of that, people, it's like buying Ford and Chevy. You know, they're American cars, American vehicles. You want an American vehicle. When you buy that vehicle, you want an American vehicle. So, I can't blame Trump for where he's coming from on that one. Let's see. Other economic news. Yeah, AutoZone is shutting down 700 stores. I just got that news today. AutoZone is shutting down 700 stores. That's a lot of stores. That's a lot of stores. But they're shutting down 700 stores. Um, can't really say much bad about that. Uh, but it depends on what town you live in. Like for me, I know that there's two AutoZones within 5 miles of each other, and I mean 2 miles, two AutoZones within 3.5, 4 miles of each other, really 3.5 miles, and that's just too close. I mean, it really is. But if you let's say you live in Taylorsville, North Carolina, where you only have one, then that's a big deal. If you live in Valdez, North Carolina, you only have one. That's a big deal. If you live in Troutman, North Carolina, you only have one. That's a big deal. And there's a whole lot of little hop, skip, and jump towns that's got AutoZone in it. And if you lose out AutoZone, that's a big deal. All right. So I mean, but some of these needless AutoZones, that's like just like one's here and the other one's a few miles up the road. That's ridiculous. So I don't think nothing bad about that. I mean, hey, I mean, you're just too close together. You got too many. It's like you got a Walmart, oh, a super center over here, and just about probably a few more miles down the road, you got this Walmart neighborhood market, and it's ridiculous. You know, that's just too conglomerate. That's just too big. So, I mean, hey, can I say something bad about that? Not necessarily. It just depends on if it's a useless AutoZone. Now, if you're pulling out of places that really need their AutoZone, that's a different story. Uh, and now let's see one more thing. There was something else I was thinking about. Uh, McDonald's too. One more thing about McDonald's. McDonald's is actually having a very, very, very tough time, guys. Um, I'm not a big fan of telling people to eat junky food, but they're having a very, very tough time, and their franchises are about to shut down, this and that. So if you got the funds and you like a quarter pounder, if you like something else, if you like this and that, this, and you like McDonald's and you want to see them around, and you like the milkshakes and you like the stuff that they give, stop by about once a week, pick up a little combo, and just help them out because right now McDonald's is in big trouble. The food they say they're putting down on, saying it's unhealthy, it's junky, it's junk food, it's bad for you, and that's not necessary. So their food's not that bad. I worked at McDonald's when I was younger, as a kid, as a teenager, and it's not a bad company to work for, and they are clean people too, and they're good people to work with. Now I've worked for a franchise, but generally speaking, they have a certain way that they run McDonald's. Now, McDonald's had a bad start. There's actually a uh, movie out there. It's got Michael Keaton in it, and it's on Tubi free right now. I forget what it's called, but anyway, it's got Michael Keaton in it. And it's a really good movie. I could probably look it up real quick. Uh, but it's a really good movie, and you should probably watch it. But really, I mean, they had a tough start. They done the McDonald's guys really bad. The guy did to get McDonald's started, and McDonald's Corporation got started off in a real bad way. But now McDonald's has morphed into entirely something else. It's entirely something else, and you got to realize that it's not what it used to be, and it's a good company, and they're not bad people. And the people who work there, you got to realize there's a lot of people who work for McDonald's, and you know, if you can, just stop by and I don't care if you got to pick up a McCafe. I don't care if you got to get just a milkshake. I don't care what you get. Show a little support, show a little love, and put it towards McDonald's because they really need our help right now, guys. They're in bad shape. Okay. Uh, I mean, do I necessarily agree with all their business tactics? Do I necessarily agree with everything they do? No. But, a lot of people talk about the old outdated menus, so on and so forth, and they're just getting tired of McDonald's. Uh, all right, I can understand some of that stuff, but at the exact same time, McDonald's has been around ever since I was a little kid. We were getting Happy Meals with the little toys in them, and it's a long American steadfast. We love that. We love that business in America. Stop by, please. I'm just saying, please stop by your local McDonald's and buy something once a week. I mean, I don't care if you stop in there and get a couple McDoubles and a large water. I do that all the time, just trying to stopping off from work. I just stop in and get a couple McDoubles and a large water. And I think I pay like $5 for that now, but it used to be like $4.32. But still, anything helps. Just milkshake, anything. Just get anything, okay? And it'll be a good thing for them, okay? Be good, get at it, take it easy, and see you on the other side, buddy.
Hey, yeah, I'm just out here at the Mitsubishi place. Kind of interested in some of this. I was just kind of checking out the Mitsubishi place. I haven't ever checked out Mitsubishi yet. And I come across a little car. It's got what looks to be 13-inch wheels on it. Let's see, I'll tell you what it is. No, those are actually R15s. I guess they're just low profile. But yeah, it's got little R15 wheels on it. Small little thing, but it would get you back and forth to work. So this little guy's called, let's get back here so we can get a better look at it. Little guy's called, let's see what this thing's called. What do they call this? This is the Mirage Rail Art. It's got a 5-door hatchback. Let's see what kind of engine it's got. Let's see. It's 2.6 gallons per 100 miles. Let's see. 39 miles to the gallon. Highway. Let's see. Not telling me what size engine. These used to only have, but it's got 10 year. It's got a 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty too. Then they got on the powertrain. It's got a 5-year, 60,000 mile warranty, which is really good. And then it's got the 1.2 liter 3-cylinder. So this thing, it would do pretty good. I've known people that drove them before. As long as it's more of an off-road, off the main stretch of the highway type thing, it'd be pretty good. That'd actually be a pretty good car for you. I mean, if you only had $2,000 or $3,000 to put down on a vehicle, $2,000 or $3,000 in your vehicle right now, then it'd be something that you could get if you absolutely had to. Now I'm gonna show you something else here. Most of these SUVs, I found they pretty much are up around the $37,000 mark. They had one up here that was, this is 37. See, it's 30s. Not moving too close. Where's my finger at? There. 37,255. I did find one over here. I have to find it again. It was a silver one, if I remember straight. And there's 37. Maybe it was this silver one right here. 37 for this guy. Yeah, 38. But let's see. Okay, I found it right here. I had to stop my paw. I didn't want to walk up through this entire line being $37,000. Some $41,000. This one's $34,000 for it. And that's actually a pretty nice vehicle. And the size of these vehicles are pretty good size. You're not buying a little small, little tiny SUV. You're buying a mid-size SUV. So really this price isn't greatly bad for nowadays market at $34,000. At $34,960, and then on top of that, you still get your 100. still got your 100,000 mile, 7-year, 100,000 mile powertrain. That's a new vehicle limited warranty inside, but that's the anti-corrosive performance. But yeah, you get your 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty with that too. Make sure I get you on my thing. My finger. There we go. See. So that's your warranty. You get a 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty. I thought it was a 5-year, 6,000 mile warranty, but that's the 5-year, 6,000 is anti-corrosive, I guess, or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty good warranty. Pretty good warranty. Just depends on what you need. These days, you got to kind of wonder though: what kind of chance are you taking if you got a new car? Then on top of that, what would your payment be? Because your interest rates right now, even cheapest interest rate is 7-8% interest. Then on top of that, this is a little bit more of a basic black, just a real nice truck. I mean, it just really is nice. It's got a good bit of size to it. And then if you get it on a lot, though, a lot of people would kind of look at this truck. I just got a glimpse of this truck. They look at this truck right here, and it's the 39,000. So with it being 39,000, look at all the nice trim and how pretty it is, which is all going to get dirty all the time. And that would not be a very fun car to drive unless you're an office worker. Then let's just take a look at some of this red, because it's got a prettier thing. I don't seem to see any blue out here. It's nothing but black. This is $42,000. Okay, let's see what we get for $42,000. I get a little bit of a sport package, orange. Then while I'm at it, they got a bunch of old fancy cars out here. Yes, people trade them up, but still, you can see that Mitsubishi does have a little something to offer, and they're definitely going to be better than the Nissan. I can't swear up and down they're going to be better than a Hyundai. And a Hyundai, you can get. I'm going to take you over there and show you something I've seen over there the other day. I was really impressed. But this is Now this one right here is $30,000. $30,000 MSRP. That's what the price is on this guy. This is a smaller SUV too. All right, keep up the racket. This is a smaller type SUV too. What do they call this thing? It's a smaller one though. It's not as big. It says Rally Art on the side. It's the Outlander Sport 2.0. So it's got a 2.0 liter engine in it, but that's a Rally Sport. It's $30,000. Those are a little bigger though, so you kind of get a little bit more stuff in them. So just depends, I guess, on what you are looking for or whatever. But if you're looking for just a cheap car, what really caught my eye was that little guy down there in the end. And plus, on top of that, the gas mileage you'll get and everything else, your insurance will be cheap on that thing because it's just so small. If it gets into a car crash, it's not going to do much damage. You get something like that big dually right over here, and that's going to cause a lot of damage. And on top of that, your insurance is going to be through the roof, because anything to do to fix it, repair it, or anything else is going to be expensive. Like, we got this big Corvette, we got another Corvette, we got a Mercedes right there, a BMW back there. Then if you bought something like this, you'd be pretty high too. So well, this thing's leaking something. I don't know what it's leaking though. Probably didn't run an air conditioner. It says sell $41,900. Didn't even have to go far for that. Big Chevy cliffhanger. So you see, I mean, yeah, if you look around, you probably can find a much better deal. I mean, cars are starting to come down. They're going to have to start coming down. They can't stick to their guns. And this Mitsubishi place ain't doing too bad, really. I mean, not really compared to what I've seen in some of the other stuff. I mean, that little Mirage down there, if you just need a point A to point B car to take you back and forth to work and just kind of get some groceries, you'll be just fine. I mean, if you need a bigger car, you can always just rent a U-Haul or something. All right, so this guy here, it's a Hyundai 2025 Elantra. They've been selling a lot of these vehicles because there was a lot. That whole line there was filled up with these things. But yeah, these are 24,705, and you get, let's see, 34 miles to the gallon, and then on top of that, your warranty for these should be Your warranty for these should be right at about 100,000 mile, 10-year warranty. They're made in Korea. I know that. They sure are pretty too. They're really pretty vehicles. The Hyundais come along a lot in quality over the past few years. Over the past about 10 years, they've come a long way in quality. They didn't used to have good quality there for a while. This is 25. This is the government 5-star safety ratings. Yeah, this is 25. But they've come a long way in quality. Let's take a quick peek over here, and I'm gonna take a quick peek at a couple of those cars up here real quick. But them are electric. I'm not getting nowhere near them. There's no point in even taking a look at an electric thing. So let's take a quick peek at this. Pretty much more of a basic thing. 38,000 for this guy. That's what I figured. Most time when I come out here in the Hyundai lot, most of their SUVs are going to be kind of on the expensive side. Let's take a look at more of a basic. This isn't basic, but let's take a look more, something a little more basic right here. Let's see what this would run for. It's roughly 47,000 for this guy. This is a big one. This is the Tucson. The Tucson. That's a hybrid. All right. This is the H-Track. This is the Tucson H-Track. 32,000. There you go. That's not really that greatly bad for a decent size SUV. It's a good mid-size SUV. It's not it's smaller size, but it's not a good mid-size SUV. So I like taking a peek out here every so often just to see what they have. I can come around and I just check them out just to see. I found this little guy too. It says it's not an all-wheel drive. It says it's a front-wheel drive right here, but it's a little truck they got. It's got a truck bed, and I'm assuming that this piece here will. Yeah, it's got a little thing underneath there. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, that's a storage area. Like these things got a little trunk in them. Anyway, this little front-wheel drive truck, well, it's kind of like a truck-like thing, like crossover thing, and it's actually $32,700. It says it's a Santa Cruz SEL front-wheel drive. So the price on this is let's see, I've seen right here. It says right there, 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty, and so it's 2025. It's got a 10-year, 100,000 mile warranty. So I guess your payment would be about $600-700 a month on that. Which ain't bad. I mean, it's not for right now. It's bad, but it's not bad for right now. And that truck right there, even pre-pandemic, would probably cost somewhere around that price anyway. So these Hondas are coming back down to normal price to where it's almost pre-pandemic. So, I mean, but the question is, how long will the economy hold out, and how far will things go before you can you actually see the thing paid off before you actually, unless you're paying cash, or almost pay it off in full when you put down payment down. Then how are you going to, if the economy totally crashes before you get it paid off in the next 2 years, let's say, then what are you going to do? So, I mean,